Hello, we are Team 6 from N Division and we are proud to present our engineering exploration project. The name of our project is Mood Enhancer, which belongs to the need statement decoratives. Our team members are Bharat, Ishwari, Rohan, and Sandeep. This undertaking has been under the guidance of Professor Kaushik Malibhat. We followed a five-phase engineering design process working for this project. They will be explained step by step as we go through them. The first one is problem definition. Problem definition is the statement that defines the whole project briefly. It consists of objectives, functions, and constraints of our project. As you can see, the objectives are in blue color, the functions are in green color, and the constraints are in red color. So our project is aimed to achieve these objectives and perform specific function while keeping in check with the constraints. The functions mentioned in the problem definition are elaborated and classified in the function tree in the first diagram, and the clustering of functions can be seen in the second diagram.
The second phase of engineering design process is conceptual design. We were trying to generate different alternatives for performing the functions. The team brainstormed and came up with 7 unique designs that were capable of performing all the functions and meeting with the constraints. After designing various concepts to achieve the objective, we had to decide the best among them, so we analyzed all the designs through pug chart technique. The bug chart provides us with useful insights as to which design was the most efficient one, so we choose design 7 as the best alternative. This is the selected design of our project. Moving on to the phase number 3, that is product architecture. In this step, based on the functions of our project, we divided our system into two subsystems. They are user input unit and light and music unit. We also analyzed the different types of interactions among these two subsystems. The interactions include material interaction, data interaction, spatial interaction. In our project, the interactions were material, data, and spatial between the light and music unit and user input unit.
Having identified each of the subsystems, we proceeded to the fourth phase, that is virtual implementation phase. The first part of the virtual implementation phase is the modeling of our system. We visualized our project and 3D modeling it using Autodesk Inventor 2019. This is the 3D modeling of our entire system. This is the mood enhancer in its virtual form. The top part contains the LEDs and the bottom has two slots made for speakers, and it is shown at the different angles. This makes up the light and music subsystem. The user input subsystem is to kept inside, and mirrors are connected outside the LEDs so that the light will get reflected. The 3D modeling is then succeeded by the circuit diagram. Any project needs a circuit to function, isn't it? Yes, circuit diagram is a must. So we took the assistance of a software named FreeZing to virtually draw the circuit diagram for our project. The circuit consists of a Arduino Mega, RGB LED lights, speakers, temperature sensor, LCD screen, and a SD card module. The LEDs and speakers make up the light and music subsystem, whereas the other constitute the user input subsystem. Next comes the flowchart of our entire subsystem. Having done with the 3D modeling and circuit designing of our project, the components are ready to function. But in what order? We need to specify the processes that takes place in our system. This is shown by using a flowchart. The process begins by connecting the Arduino via Bluetooth. Then user input is received. The score is then calculated based on the response given by the user, and a score is calculated, and a suitable music and color are being displayed. And next comes the bill of materials. Our project demands a certain list of components for it to function as expected. The bill of materials shown here consists of the names of the components we'll be using in our project.
Now that we are done with the modeling of our system, we need to size our actuators and the power unit. The actuator used in our project is a simple DC motor. This motor will be responsible for rotating the base of the LED, which will be mounted between the mirrors so that it has a good effect on the ambience. The first requirement to choose the motor was that we needed it to have low RPM. So we arrived at a decision to select a 3 RPM motor running at 12 volts. Our project consists of components like Arduino, motor, LEDs, LCD screen, etc. So to operate these we need a power source. That is why we are using a battery as a source of energy for our project. Our project is designed to run for a minimum of 3 hours. So based on that given factor, we size the battery by taking the load current of the motor and calculated the capacity of the battery, which worked out to be nearly 900 mAh. We had listed all the functions of our project during the first phase of engineering design process. But now we need to elaborate the implementation of our functions. So this is the functional specifications of the entire system. This table consists of precise details about the functions, such as accepting user input, displaying lights, playing music, displaying date, time and temperature, and the decorative mechanism. After the virtual implementation stage, we move on to the modeling and simulation phase, which is the fifth and the last phase of the engineering design process. Here we are making use of an online software called Tinkercad. Since this is an online simulation, we had to redo our circuit with alternate components as many of the required components were not available. So this is the circuit diagram of a model in Tinkercad. The simulation of the model is shown in the next slide. This is the circuit design and simulation part of Tinkercad. As mentioned earlier, we had to redo our circuit to keep up with the new challenges faced. One of the most challenging things was the non-availability of components. So to overcome this, we selected some alternatives. For example, push buttons replacing the Bluetooth to get user input, buzzer instead of speaker to play music, and an ingeniously written code to display time instead of using an RTC module. In this simulation, we are demonstrating 4 functionalities, them being accepting user input, displaying color, displaying time on LCD screen, and playing music. So to begin with, we start the simulation and the circuit powers up. Here, as said earlier, the buttons replace the Bluetooth module for accepting user input. So, based on which button is pressed, the mode of the user is recognized and the suitable color is displayed in the RGB LEDs over here. The motor also starts rotating as it is in our project for the base to rotate to create a nice ambience. So, this was the demonstration of the first 2 functions, that is accepting user input and displaying color. Next, we need to display time on the LCD screen. So we start the simulation again and ask for a particular format of current time to be entered. This is done using the serial monitor. So let's say we entered the number 1159, which literally means that the time now is 11:59. When we press send, the clock starts ticking. We fast forwarded it so that we could see the transition between the minutes and the hours. So, as the second part of the clock reaches 60, it increments the minute part, and as it reaches 60, it increments the hour part. So, this hour part, as it goes on increments, and as it reaches 24, it resets itself to 0. This is the displaying of time on the LCD screen. Next functionality is the playing of music. Since we don't have a speaker, we are using a buzzer to play some tunes. These are the tunes which are written in the code directly. This can be altered as per the user's needs. So, this is the simulation of our entire project in Tinkercad. We have now reached the end of the presentation. So, all our project documents, videos, photos, links, tables, charts, everything can be found on our GitHub repository.
In conclusion, we would like to say that this project has taught us many things: how to work in a team, how to motivate each other in tough times, how to overcome a problem by being persistent, how to achieve what we dreamt of in the beginning. These few months of getting to work with our mentors and other teachers has been a wonderful learning curve in our life. We would like to thank our mentor, the teaching faculty, the Thinkering Lab faculty, and KLE Tech for giving us this opportunity to express and pursue our ideas. Thank you.